All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are once again. Just wanted to read you this one that I caught off of the in case you missed it feed. Definitely follow this person on Twitter at ICYMIRSS for the news that in case you might have missed. Like Trump uses new deal to bypass Congress. He gives, dang, what is that? 20 trillion bailout to farmers hurt by his new taxes. We can get back to that one, but for right now, I wanted to go over this one. Trump sentences accused war criminals to death. How did he do that? Let's find out. This picture is of the defendants at the Nuremberg trials. That's after, what was that, World War II? Let me know in the comments section. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So we're going to turn this into the reader view. Trump sentences accused war criminals to death. William Lloyd Garrison Center for Libertarian Advocacy Journalism. On November 15th, U.S. President Donald Trump pardoned 2 U.S. Army officers accused of war crimes, one convicted, the other awaiting trial. Trump also re-promoted U.S. Navy SEAL Edward Gallagher from petty officer first class to chief petty officer. Gallagher was convicted of a minor war crime, posing for a photo with a corpse after he was accused of murdering the victim, but acquitted when a fellow sailor swung a deal for immunity, then reversed his testimony and claimed responsibility for the murder. When he learned that the Navy intended to remove Gallagher from duty as a SEAL, Trump intervened again by tweet. The Navy will not be taking away warfighter and Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher's trident pin, and had Richard Spencer fired as Secretary of the Navy for not treating the tweet as an order. There are plenty of reasons to criticize Trump's actions, but I only have room in this column for one of those reasons. He has effectively sentenced future U.S. soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to battlefield execution. Gallagher's crimes were reported by his SEAL comrades. He was investigated and charged with those crimes by the Navy itself, which has morale and publicity incentives to only go after the worst of the worst for actions on the battlefield. He was tried and convicted by a jury of his military peers in a process that actually offers more protections for defendants than the civilian justice system, for example. An enlisted defendant can demand that at least 1/3 of the jury be enlisted personnel rather than officers. When Trump short-circuited that process, first with the pardon, then with the repromotion, and finally with the demand that Gallagher be allowed to return to his former unit, he very loudly sent a message to every member of U.S. Armed Forces. When you have a bad actor in your midst, take care of the problem yourselves. If you go through the proper channels, that bad actor will get off with little or no punishment and be sent right back to your ranks. Above and beyond the damage done to their direct victims, war criminals endanger their fellow troops. They make enemies out of the people who might otherwise remain neutral or even friendly. They motivate those enemies to fight harder and to seek harsh revenge. If the military justice system doesn't change, try and punish people whose crimes endanger their comrades because the president panders for votes from support the troops types, the unsupported troops will deal with such matters on the spot. We, who are veterans, can attest to blanket parties for serial screw-ups, dry showers with scrub brushes for guys who don't maintain personal hygiene in close living quarters, and other light punishments for minor offenses. For endangering the lives of comrades, military vigilantism extends all the way to summary execution. In Vietnam, it was referred to as fragging. Trump isn't sparing future Eddie Gallagher's or punishments. He's just robbing them of their rightful day in court. And this is from Thomas L. Knapp. He's a director and senior news analyst at the William Lloyd Garrison Center for Libertarian Advocacy Journalism at thegarrisoncenter.org. He lives and works in North Central Florida. So we're just going to follow this writer on Twitter, man. Catch me on Twitter as well. If you're on Twitter, that's at Omar_SX3. And that's the kid right there in the tuxedo. Oh, damn, you didn't know about that. Oh, anyways, that's it for right now. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back later.